2025 edition of Sotic here in Miami, Florida. Threw up plenty of surprises across its action-packed couple of days, including some opening sessions devoted to looking at how the market is panning out in the past 12 months, which revealed that there were $54 billion worth of sales in the past year, though analysis from the NCA found that physical volumes of products were down in some categories, notably for premium chocolate. This was attributed to consumer spending constraints amid challenging economic times in America and many other territories around the world. However, the outlook for the remainder of 2025 remains positive according to the NCA and many other industry analysts. Proceedings for the show got off to a stylish start on Sunday evening with the annual awards presentation. This included honours for Robin Guttridge of Rayleigh's for her Confectionery Leadership Award, as well as Mike Keller of Circle K for his Outstanding Business Collaboration, with Shelley Clary gaining the coveted Women of Influence Award, as well as Lindy Verstraat of CSN and Mike Farley, who respectively gained the Golden and Silver Candy Dish Awards, which rounded out that part of the show. From there, on the Monday, John Downs, the CEO and President of the NCA, gave an engaging opening presentation for the conference, speaking about the challenges which the sector faces in terms of ingredients costs and regulatory hurdles and tariffs which are on the horizon. But despite these factors, he believed there was plenty of optimism which the NCA was carrying forward in terms of giving its full backing to the sector. His late night TV show format proved highly entertaining and included a guest appearance from Kellyanne Conway, the former counsellor to President Trump, who offered her assessment on what we might expect from the White House over the next 4 years, which has already proved exceptionally eventful over the past 2 months alone. This paved the way for one of the centerpieces of the conference in the form of the State of Treating report delivered by the NCA's Elise Fennick, who offered a dynamic appraisal of the state of affairs, and she indeed put forward the fact that sales are up to $54 billion for the year, while sales volumes are down a little bit, which caused some concern. There was an overriding sense that the corner could be turned and that 2025 is destined to be a solid performing year for the industry. One of the key takeaways from her presentation was the fact that projections pointed to the industry being worth $70 billion a year by 2029, which had the room certainly very encouraged from what we could make out. Furthermore, there was an intriguing presentation which looked at the impact of confectionery from a health perspective, and this threw up a very interesting fact that studies showed that confectionery does not in fact contribute to obesity as an occasional indulgence. One of the standout sessions of this year's show very much revolved around AI and its potential impact on the sector. This was led by Steve Brown, a futurist, who told the assembled audience that around $300 billion had been invested into the sector in the past couple of years, and he walked us through some of the key aspects of how robotics and a new breed of artificial intelligence known as agentive AI, which is the creation of physical robots that will become the co-workers of the future for their human counterparts. According to the expert in the field, he claimed that up to 10 billion such robots could be created in the next 20 to 30 years, though it is likely to be around the billion figure. This in itself could have major implications for all sectors, including confectionery, bakery and snacks markets. The audience was then treated to 2 major motivational speeches. This included Molly Bloom, the author whose remarkable tale was converted into a hit movie recently. And then the audience was upstanding for Jesse Cole of Savannah Bananas, the US baseball team. And he gave a very uplifting speech which had the motto of "Swing hard in case you might hit," which very much hit home with the audience, who bought into his message of being determined and driving on even in the face of adversity. This very much reflected the times that we're inhabiting, which are indeed full of challenges and tests throughout the market, which have placed many businesses on the back foot to some degree during this year. But such is that spirit of innovation and determination throughout the American and indeed global confectionery sector that times are indeed turning the corner for this year, which offered a message of hope to close the event, which was then concluded with a final party at the neighbouring Tidal Cove, which saw everybody let their hair down despite the wet weather. which had proceeded through much of the afternoon. It was concluded on a very enjoyable and fun note, which set the scene for the Sweets and Snacks Expo, which is carrying on in Indianapolis this May, which will further showcase the US and regional market of confectionery, sweets and snacks, which has shown a remarkable resilience over the past year and is looking bright for the future.